Hello guys, welcome back to a new video on Tekla structures, tips and tricks. Uh, Today's video will be different from others. In this video, I will be teaching you how to create a partially threaded anchor rods, just like this. Okay, let's get started. First of all, I will create a column. Let's create a column with a GA300, for example. You can have different one, but for this example, I will choose HEA 300. Okay, on the top, it's just an example. Okay, you can use the dynamic components and data structures for creating the anchor rods, but now I will show you how to create it manually, not by using the components. Okay, first of all, we should create the base plate and then the holes for the anchor rods and then the rods and nuts and washers and thread. Okay, let's create the base plates. Go to Steel tab and Plate. I will use plate 10, for example. Okay, good. By selecting the corners of the column, then I will change the size. Okay, so as you see, it is modeled at the middle. The position is at the middle, at the depth. You should choose if your base plate is on ground. I mean, the base plate is on elevation of 0. So it should be at front. We should use cut parts and line cuts to cut the clashes between the plates and the column. Okay, for that, let's resize the plate. I will use a plate 15 by, sorry, 1500. Okay. As you see, there's a clash between the column and the base plate. For that, we should get the elevation of on the grid B, or before creating, you can use the go to view, new view along grid lines. It will create the view along the all grid lines, but I will use a different method using by and create a new view by two points from here to here. Okay, this new view is opened. Click Control P on your keyboard to get the plan view of your created view. Okay, here you can see the clash between the base plate and the column. Go to Edit, Line Cut, and select which part do you want to cut. Here we want to cut the column here. Select the column and select the intersection between the base plate and the column. For that, make sure in the selection snap you should on intersection or right click, choose intersection from this point, and now pick side to remove. You should pick one side to remove. Which side do you want to remove? Pick that side. I want to remove this side. Here we go. That side has been removed. Okay, there's no clash between the column and the base plate. Let's close this view. We don't need any more that view. Okay, so now we have to weld the base plate to the column. For that, go to Steel, Welds. Here we should select the weld size. I am using weld size 6 fillet type. Click the part weld 2, click the column, and then click the base plate. Okay, here the welding symbol. If you want to see the weld exactly, double click on the window, or right click properties, click display, and go to welds in model and in components, exact no weld mark. Click modify. There we go. Now you can see the weld marks exactly. Okay, it's not our concern. Uh, the first thing for creating the anchor bolt, we should create the holes on that plate and then create the rods and anchor rods. For that, I am using bolts. I'm using bolts to create the holes on the base plate. Here we have, I think we have rod, yes, here rod 16, yes. Okay, the bolt size should be 16 with a tolerance of 2 mm. Okay, select the base plate, and we don't have any parts to bolt to, only the base plate. So click the middle mouse button. Okay, fair. Now pick the first position. I am selecting the midpoint of the plate, midpoint to the midpoint. Okay. So the bolts are created. For creating the hole only, you should uncheck the bolt. Now Tekla will create holes only, not a bolt. Click modify. Okay. So now we have to rearrange the bolts, the hole positions to get the exact hole position on the base plate. The bolt distance in X, it is a bolt in between these bolts, the distance between the bolts, because the X direction is that direction which I already selected from here to here. It is a X direction, and the other direction, the opposite direction, will be your Y direction. Here I'm using, I think it is, I don't know, I don't remember. Let's try this. Okay, and we should correct the edge distance. I am using edge distance in DX 75. I think it's not correct. Let's try to 300. 300. Okay, it's better. As I told you, it's an example. You can have your own dimensions and spacings. Okay, you have created the base plates, we have created the welds, we have created the holes. Now I'm trying to create the rods, the anchor rods. Okay, you should have an elevation view on the bolts, on the holes exactly. For that, go to view, new view, along 2 points. The 2 points should be at the end. You should think it's at the end point of the hole to the end point of or the other hole. Okay, again, Control P to get the plan view of that. You should change the rendering by using Control 1, Control 2, Control 3, Control 5, Control 4, sorry. Here we are using Control 1, it is better, or Control 2 is also. Or you can use View, you can go to View, Rendering, choose your favorite rendering. But now wireframe and parts added wireframe is working for this tutorial. Okay, we have the bolts, we have the hole, sorry. Okay, for now, I am trying to create the anchor rods. So now go to steel, go to beams. We are using beams to create the rod. Here, change the name, anchor rod. Rods. You can directly write rod 16, or choose go to the database and go to select the rod circular sections. This is not the solid circular sections, the circular hollow sections. Here we are using solid circular section for that. The diameter is 16. Okay. So the material, we're not gonna change that for this. The class, let me choose class number 2. Okay. So what's important here, if you model a beam vertically from bottom to top, it will automatically convert to column. Okay, you should know that, it's very important. So we should model from top to bottom. Okay, we should model from top to bottom to make it a steel beam, not a steel column. Okay, I don't know the exact dimension. The exact dimension, it is from 319, 16 from here. Let's, I will change it later, okay? Let's get a 300. Okay. The position is not correct. I'll make it correct. It is from, because the depth is behind, I will change the depth to the middle. Okay, it's correct now. So this is a solid anchor rod. For creating the other parts, like threaded parts, we have two threaded parts, one at the top, one is at the bottom. Okay, we should use a same exact concept as we modeled the anchor rod, but in a smaller diameter. Okay, go to the beam anchor rod. This time, for example, I will use rod 1 millimeter small. Okay. Okay, but let just I'm doing something wrong, just to understand you better. From bottom to top, let me choose 17. Okay, but you should notice this is, when I select it, it is a steel beam. I select this one, it is a steel column because I drew this item from bottom to top. For that, we have to model it from top to bottom. Okay. The distance is 17. Okay. Let's delete that. For that, it is very a tricky way. There is many tricky ways you can use, but for now I am using points. For now, I created the points and move it. Sorry, click move spatial linear. I move it in a z direction by 17. Okay. Here we have a point. We have a reference point. Now select rod 15 is okay, from top to bottom. Okay, this is now, it is a steel beam. Okay, I will copy this one for the other partially threaded at the bottom. Here we go. I think it's 20. This is not, oh, sorry, it is 50. Yes, we can reduce it to it's now okay. And the other one is 16. Yes. Okay, we can reduce it from top to 16. Okay, everything's going well. So for now, let us model the nuts and washers, and another nut here and a plate washer here. Okay. Again, we are using steel beam to create the washers and nuts also, and the plate washers. Go to the beam. This time I'm using nut. I am selecting not in the for that you should search for nuts just in the filter, write nut and filter. Here we have nut M. You can use nut M16. Okay. Okay, not M16. You should change the class to anyone that you want, and using class 5. Okay. Again, we should model from top to bottom. From here, I'm using a nut with 20 and move it to down. Before moving, we should create the washer. A washer here, 3 millimeter washer. I think it's 3 millimeter washer and 16. Now, not given the exact information about it, but I think it's 3 millimeter. Okay, go to again to steel beam. This time is washer. Go to the profile and select set for washer. But there is no washer, so don't worry, we can import it to the category. Go to the file menu, category, profile category, and click import. I will give you these two profiles, these two profile database, nuts and washers. If you don't have nuts or washers in your model, you can import it. Also, these files available on Tekla Warehouse, but I will upload it for you. Okay, click washers and click OK. This washer profile M12 to M38. Click the first one, hold down the shift button and click the last item. Okay, for selecting all. Choose replace, and the stats is new. If you have already these profiles, the stats is existing. But for now, we don't have any washer profile in my category. So that stats is new. For that, I will change it to replace. The action is replace or merge. I will recommend to use replace and click continue. And then click OK. Save change to the model folder. Yes. Okay, again, go to steel beam. This is a washer. Also, the name is washer. Here we go. We have the washers. We have M16 washer. Click apply. OK. Again, I'm using the same class from top to bottom, 6 millimeter. Okay, everything is good. Select the both washers and the nuts. Click move to the top of the plate. Okay. Okay, we have another nut and the washer plate. Let us copy this one. Click copy the top from that to here. Okay. Only the washer plate is remaining to create. For that, the washer plate is a plate 16 by 16 by 5 millimeter thickness. Okay, go to the beam again. This time the name is plate washer. Go to the uh, category and use as plate. Yeah, rectangular sections. Plate. Okay, the width, the height, and the width, and the B is I think it's the 5, and here's the 60. Okay, it's a plate. It's exactly what we have. And for washer plate, I am changing it to class 6. Okay. At the beginning, it's not very important to have a correct position of the washer plate. I will change it later from here to here. The rotation is wrong, I think. It's from top to back. Let me try. Yes, it is. Here, the thickness here. The width, it is 60. Okay. Then now the length is 16. Also, the width is 16. And the thickness is 5. Right click, move from here to here. Okay, go to the 3D view. I think it's good. Everything is going well. Okay, but the washer and the washer plate and the rod is clashing each other. In each other. So for now, we should have a part cut. Go to edit and go to part cut. Select object to be cut. This object, the plate washer, to be cut. Select the washer plate and select the rod. Okay, we have a hole here. Okay, let me show only. Here we go. We have the hole for that. Okay, go to the other view. Here we go. I think the nuts also has the solids. We have to have a part cut. Click part cut. Click the nut and then click the rod. Okay. If you don't like to see the cut lines and the part and the cuttings and fittings, double click on the window, go to display and turn off the cuts and fittings. Click apply and OK. Okay, we don't have any cuts. Okay, we have modeled everything, the threaded part and the anchor rod and the lower threaded part, the nuts and blade washers and the washer socket. Okay. One thing is very important. We should attach these three parts together at one because it is it is working like one rod. For that, go to edit, add material, add attach material to part. Okay, select the part to attach to. Select the main part. This is the main part, and select the other, and select that part. Okay, click the middle mouse button. Okay, now it is one part. Okay, so the final thing, it should be all it should be one assembly. All these parts, the rod, the nuts, and the plate washers, it should be in one assembly. Okay, for that, click the nuts and the washer, the other nut and the plate washer, and right click, add to assembly. The main part of this assembly is the anchor rod. For that, select the rod. Here we go. It's okay. Change the selection to the select assemblies. Now it is okay. It's very good. All are under one assembly. Okay, go to back to 3D view. You can copy this. Click right click, copy from. Let me go to the 3D view. Sorry, the elevation view. From this, the middle of the hole to the other middle of the other hole. Okay. Okay. We can use mirror. Click the assemblies. Click the assemblies to assemblies. Right click, copy spatial, mirror from the midpoint to the other sides. Okay, we have anchor rods. Okay, we have successfully modeled the anchor rod components. Now we want to have a drawing like this, exactly. And the threading portions, and the nuts and wire, and all the detailings. For that, you should remain on select assemblies, select one assembly, click assembly, right click, go to create drawings, assembly drawings. Okay, you should perform numbering, perform number. Okay, go to drawing, drawing manager, and the assembly drawings. Okay, we should rotate the view. Click the view, go to the views, rotate view, -19, rotate, sorry. Okay, it's a proper view. Okay, I am deleting all the information on dimensions. I will create it manually. Okay. First of all, I am controlling the part hidden lines. For that, double click on the window and go to part hidden line. I am not showing the own hidden lines, only the part hidden line. Modify, apply, okay. Okay. So now let's make on dimensions on our drawings. For that, go to the dimension, vertical dimensions. From here to here. We have different dimensions here. 319. Here's 410. It's not very important because the main purpose of this tutorial is how to create the components. Okay. Okay, let's have another dimension on the threaded portion. Okay. I will change the the appearance of these dimension lines. For that, right click on, double click on the dimension line, go to appearance, and I will choose height to 2, and the arrow shape for the architectural arrow. Yes, click on the other. Okay, let's create another vertical dimension. It's from modify again. Okay, everything's going well. For that, I would like to have the threads here. For that, double click on the dimensions, go to DAX, in the right threads, click modify. Here we go. Okay, I'll change it to 1.5. I think it's a little bit big. Here we go. It's okay. Again for that. Okay. Okay. Let's render these parts. Double click on the road, go to the appearance, go to the fill. The type is hardware solid. The color, I think it's spatial. Okay, and click the nuts, the other nuts, which, yes, it is a little bit dark. Here, modify the plate washer and the washer. It's, I think, this one. Okay. The thread representation, just like this, I am using the line. Go to drawing, line, draw a line like this, change the color to black. Okay, and select the line, copy linear from here to here, again to here. Let us select the bulk of lines from here to here. Okay, click copy from here to here. Okay, again 2 lines here, click copy linear from here to here, again to here. Let's delete that one. Okay, and select some lines, good, copy linear for the for the lower parts. Click here, again, click here. Okay, we should remove some lines. Okay, now the thread representation is done. Okay, let's have the part marks. For that, click on the let this first of all this text under the dimension. That right, double click on the dimension, go to tag, and the right road and right 16. Okay. Click on the nut and part mark. We should change the representation and the part property. Here, the elements in mark is a part position. I will remove it and change to profile. Okay, and reduce it to 1, I think. And go to general. The arrows go to select this type of arrow. Okay. Again, the washer. For that, I am using that same properties of the nuts. Click on that and click modify. Okay, again the plate washer, and change to the PL. Also, I would like to have a name of that a little bit. Here's the plate washer. Again, a nut. Let's get a double click on that and click on And okay. Okay, and the other part for the road part mark. This one should be changed to okay. Okay, everything is completed. Let's remove that front. Double click on that. Double click on the text and go to label and remove that property. Modify. Okay. So another extra information. Uh, the template will give you all the shop material list for the assembly. For the rods, we have one rod for the length and the weight and the area. We have nuts, one nuts, M16 washer, and these two types of nuts, this nut, and yeah, all the washer and the plate washer. Everything the shop material list for one for this assembly is given. Now you can print or you can export to AutoCAD. But now I'm printing just like this. Go to File menu, Export Drawing, or sorry, plate print drawing. Click to refresh. Choose the position and give us a fixed name and scale 1. Print. Okay. This is what we have modeled and drawn successfully. Okay, this is the end of today's tutorial. I hope you enjoy it and get something new. Uh, Please like and subscribe to get more videos. Thank you.